We did it, Joe.
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 I'm not salty, you're salty. What did we do, Joe? We're doing another card trick tutorial. A tutorial like this is gonna make you wanna do a back spinning elbow to your mother's temple. Here's what it looks like. We have two cards selected, in this case, these two right here, 4 diamonds and 4 spades. We then lose the cards in the middle of the deck, never to be seen ever again by human eyes. These cards are completely gone and shuffled into the deck. You could see this happen. A lot of magicians don't want you to see this process, but here, look at that. The card is lost somewhere in the middle, and it's not gonna matter because look, here's all it's gonna take. Right here, if you touch the top corner, you could see the magic happen. You could actually hear it too. Just watch, look, touch the corner, and the participant touches the corner, and look, you can listen, you could hear it. Did you hear it? That's the magic happening. Because if we spread these cards, look at what happens. One of those cards turns to a face-up position. That was one of your cards, right? Of course, the participant's gonna go, yeah, that was my card. Wow, my parents dropped me as a child. And you go, I could tell. So at this point, we turn to the other participant and we're gonna find their card in the exact same way. So they touch the corner and you go, oh! They could hear the magic happen, folks. And now they could spread the cards, and now only one card is face down in the middle of the deck, and it happens to be the other card, the 4 of spades. Oh man, I'm really holding back some dirty thoughts that I'm having right now at the thought of you learning this card trick. This is the point of the video where I usually talk about my own PigCake Magic Academy. It's like a school on Patreon where I teach you pretty much everything you need to know about magic. Usually I would talk about that in this particular point of the video. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm not going to tell you about the 1,200 videos you get access to the moment you sign up for what is the price of a White Claw month. I'm not going to tell you that you get moves, tutorials, you get lessons on theory, you get everything you need to know about holding a deck of cards all the way to more advanced sleight of hand, such as the one you're going to see in this particular lesson today. I would ordinarily tell you all of that, but not today. Not today. Today's different. I'm not going to tell you about the rave reviews that I get of people saying, hey man, this is great. This changed my life. I'm so happy that I joined the academy. Wow. How is it that you put so much content for so little money? And the answer is, I'm an idiot. But it's there. You could check it out. You could join today and is what I would say normally, but I'm not saying that now. So for this, you're going to need to know a couple bits of sleight of hand. The first one is a card control. The other one is a half pass. And the other one is like a flippy move that I'm going to show you in the context of the routine, I believe, by Larry Jennings. A half pass is when you reverse a bunch of cards in the deck. In this case, what I just did, that's a half pass. But in this case, we're going to be doing it in the context of an overhand shuffle. It'll make sense. The other move you're going to need to learn is that in the middle of the routine, what's going to happen is that at some point, you're going to apparently turn this card to a face down position. But really, while I'm doing that, I'm turning the other card below it to a face up position. Didn't think that was going to work, did ya? And I'll explain that move as we get to it. So you're going to have 2 cards selected and picked and looked at. In this case, we have the 4 of hearts and the 9 of diamonds. So you're going to control these cards one at a time to the positions that you need for this particular trick. So you're going to take this card back from the participant, in this case the 4 of hearts, and what you're going to do is that you're going to control it to the top of the deck. Now typically I like using a Mahatma control, which is what I just demonstrated. It's an overhand shuffle technique, very simply done. As I grab the card and put it back in the middle of the deck, I put my pinky in there. So that pinky actually lets me know where that card is in the deck because I'm holding it literally with my hand. So now all I have to do is lift up all the cards above my break and then shuffle them to the bottom of the deck. So I'm just turning both halves towards the right and I'm shuffling all these cards into the deck. Now what that does is that brings their card to the top of the deck. So you can see what's taking place here. I have the pinky break, I pull up on the cards and I shuffle them to the bottom of the deck. That's all that's happening. Now at this point, I'm actually going to start shuffling the cards face up as I start talking to the participant. I'm keeping their card in the back by not shuffling it. You notice that card doesn't change as I shuffle the deck. When I get to about a couple cards left, I just put it back where it started. Now the reason I shuffle the cards face up is because in a moment what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the cards back face down and actually secretly reverse their card. The way we do that is as follows. What's going to happen is that we're going to place these cards in the fingertips of our left hand. We're then going to drag all the cards apart from the bottom card. This is going to stick to the fingers based on friction and the fact that you don't shower often. So that card is just going to be pushed like this. Now at this point, I'm going to grab all these cards and turn them to shuffle them. Now you notice what that does is that just leaves their card face up in my hand. So I shuffle the cards on top of the participant's card. And now, guess what? That card is exactly where I need it to be, face up on the bottom of the deck. You could see from this angle, it's very well covered. It just looks like you're mixing the cards haphazardly. As a matter of fact, some cards could turn face up, some cards could fly out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because that card is still face up in the back of the deck, exactly where you need it to be. Now remember, we have another participant that selected another card, and for this one, we're just simply going to cut the cards and have them place the card in the cut. So now, when we cut the cards, we're actually placing this card, the face-up card, directly above their card. So you don't have to do anything for this one. You already did all the hard work, baby. And now we're set. You could have them touch the corner. You could simulate having a moment there, an intimate moment, which I highly suggest doing at the next bris party you have. And now you could spread the cards and show that one of the cards magically turned face up. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is that as I square this card up, I'm going to do the exact same thing as before, getting a pinky break. If you have a hard time following all these sleights, I suggest the PigCake Magic Academy. You're going to learn about breaks and all the other stuff. So this is a good opportunity to show for that, I guess. So what this pinky break is going to allow you to do in a moment is that you're actually going to take all these cards that are in your right hand after you show the card to the participant, and you're just going to place them underneath in that gap. What this is going to allow you to do is to seemingly turn this card to a face down position. But really, look at what I'm doing. I'm actually sticking all the cards under that gap. So now, when I turn these face down, the other card is now face up. So this is all under the guise of apparently turning that card face down. What helps out here is I'm pulling down with my pinky. So I'm pulling down with my pinky. So now I could have a bigger gap that I can insert my fat deck in. So that allows you to turn that card face down, and now you could turn to another participant in the same breath and have them touch the corner. You could simulate having an ejaculatory moment, and now you could spread the deck or have them spread the deck, and well, guess what? The card has now turned into the other participant's card, or the other card turned face down and the other one turned face up, however you want to present it. Do you ever have the temptation to go to a party, take some cards, fan them out, and then just strike a pose? If you do, you're probably retarded. Isn't that great? And you don't even have to sweat that secret move where you turn the card face down secretly as you shuffle. You could be doing it as you talk to the other participant and be like, whoa, what? You have osteoporosis, but only on one pinky toe? That's crazy. And you could use that to cover the move. So you're pretty well covered, even for the sleight of hand needed for this particular trick. What else can I say, my friends? What else can I say? Check out my live streams. I'm doing them again recently. I paused them for like a month and a half because I thought I was dying. But I'm bringing them back. So you could keep track of those. Usually I do them Wednesdays, although I feel like it might just be sporadic at this point, and I'll do them whenever I feel like it. Whenever it comes to me, I'll do a live stream, do a pigcast, talk about various subjects. For example, I went to a Disney-themed DJ set yesterday as a favor, unfortunately, to one of my friends, which ended up being awful. It was a bunch of what I would say they-thems taking up space, singing Disney songs, and all I was thinking of was, this is unlicensed. I should call Disney and report this DJ for playing all these unlicensed Disney songs and going across the country touring. They're touring, by the way, and taking advantage of IPs that aren't theirs, intellectual properties that don't belong to them. So that's all I'm thinking in this sea of just manatees that I'm having to sift through every time I want to drink. Oh, wow, PigCake, you're being so offensive. No, this is objective. It was a sea of what I could consider to be women that if I wanted to see their face, I would have to fill my tank up, my tank up for my motorcycle, and I'd have to drive across country to see what they look like. There's a joke in there, I promise. That's not a car crash. That doesn't deserve a car crash. Don't give me a car crash for ruining that bit. But the point is that I would need a lot of gasoline in order to see their fronts.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.